Hey everyone, welcome to Chicago. We're in town for a long weekend and with no trouble at all, we're leaving O'Hare International via public transit and will continue to take public transit to some great destinations. It's simple to get from this airport into the city. As the website states, the Blue Line train is the easiest and most affordable way to get to and from O'Hare. We took it into town and then back a few days later. You can visit this website for more information about O'Hare, as well as Midway International if you happen to fly into that airport. I set up this video primarily to give you a few ideas of what to do in this city if you have a long layover. Say you land early one morning and don't connect until later that evening. Well, you can hop on the Blue Line and get all the way downtown. If you want to make it really easy, just stay on the Blue Line and I'll show you a few places along that route that I enjoy. Or, if you have the time and don't mind navigating an app, reading a few timetables, and briefly studying maps inside some of the L stations, you can venture off the Blue Line via bus or one of the many other train routes, which are also color-coded. First time on a CTA bus. It's been all trains until just now. Did it work? There we go. Just in case you're unaware, the train system in Chicago is nicknamed the L. That's their way of saying metro or subway. It received this name because so many of the tracks are elevated, and those elevated rails really make you know that you're in Chicago, especially when you're down in the loop. So when you're at the airport train station, you can purchase a one-way ticket, a one-day ticket, or download the Ventra App, create an account, and load up a multi-day pass. I downloaded the app and created my account before my trip to Chicago, and my multi-day pass was ready upon arrival. If you're just here for a layover, a one-day ticket is the way to go. Fares to use the L and the other public transportation options from the CTA were some of the most reasonable I've seen of any large city public transit network. You can also just tap and pay with a credit card via your mobile wallet. Let's try out my fancy new Ventra app.
Should it work?
A quick tap with my phone, and the reader recognizes my pass.
Oh, it worked.
There you have it. I'm cleared the board.
Welcome aboard Blue Line Run 106. Maps are posted in each rail car and station to help you plan your trip. Contact station personnel for further assistance. Rosemont is next. In the direction of travel, doors open on the left at Rosemont.
We disembarked from the train a bit before downtown to see family, exiting at the Irving Park station. Welcome to city life, as it's quite a sight to get off a train in the middle of a major freeway.
I'd rather be on the train than in the traffic.
It's pretty cool to stand here during the day, and it's pretty cool to stand here in the middle of the night as well. After relaxing for a bit and spending time with the family cat, we then headed off to find some friendly confines. Yes, our next stop was Wrigley Field. This is the only site I'll show you that is not on the Blue Line. If you want to come up here, you can transfer to the Red Line, take a bus, or just do what we did and decide that it was a nice day for a walk.
Selfie at Wrigley.
Wrigley Field, to the delight of their fans who reside around the world, is home to the 2016 championship Cubs. Similar to Fenway Park in Boston, it's been around for more than a century. Wrigley Field was built in 1914 and is nestled into the north side of town in the neighborhood appropriately named Wrigleyville. We're here in the Cubs off-season. Although there is no game today, they still have a few places open. This is a nicely maintained, historic stadium in the center of a pleasant city neighborhood. And here's Rhino, one of my favorite Cubs growing up. Not too far away from him is Mr. Cub himself, Ernie Banks. If you're a Cub fan, you really need to visit Wrigley Field. If you're not a Cub fan, just plan on visiting when your team is playing here. Around back is Waveland Avenue, where on occasion, some lucky Chicagoans get to catch home run balls. If you're only in town for a short while and can't make it to Wrigley Field, you can still experience a bit of Cub history another way. Stay tuned to the end of this video and I'll show you how we did that as well. Now, what should you do with a day in Chicago and not enough time to spend changing trains, waiting for buses, or doing too much walking? My first idea, go with the obvious photo opportunity to prove you are at the center of this fine city. Visit Cloud Gate. You may hear it referred to as the Bean due to its shape. Take the blue line to the Washington station, then walk east toward Michigan Avenue. Honestly, at some point you can just follow the crowd as there will be several locals and visitors going to see it. Before you get there, take a moment and get a selfie with the city right behind you. This is a popular point for photos. When I was here, everyone happily took pictures for others, so it really wasn't a selfie at all. Just hand your camera or phone to the person behind you, and then take his or her picture when it's their turn to pose. Cloud Gate is in Millennium Park, and it's worth visiting because not only is it an impressive work that everyone can enjoy, it seems to be polished all the time so your reflection is perfect. And you can walk right under it and come out the other side. Created by the artist Anish Kapoor, it weighs in at 110 tons. Let's walk underneath. If public art and photo opportunities aren't really your thing, you can back up a few blue line stops from downtown, get off at the Grand Station, and visit the Guinness Open Gate. In this brewery, you'll not only find perfectly poured pints of Guinness, you'll also get other lagers and ales brewed only at this location. We were here in the fall, so there was a sizable amount of German-style beers brewed for Oktoberfest. Several members of our party branched out to try the seasonal beers. Being a purist, I stuck with Guinness. This is a very large facility, and in addition to beer, also serves up really good food. The inside is open and inviting, and on nice days you can also sit out on the patio and take in the urban landscape around you. Naturally, prior to leaving, you can purchase just about anything in the Guinness store. If you watched my video of me on a boat cruise in New York last St. Patrick's Day, you'll know that if there's clothing with the Guinness label on it for sale, I'm resigned to purchasing it. Compliments to all the employees at this place as they really knew their beer. Guinness has a similar venue in Baltimore, so if you're in that city, do stop by. And if you're in town for just a day and want to enjoy what it feels like to be in a fun Chicago neighborhood, you can get off the blue line at the Damon stop and wander around Wicker Park. Here you'll find some really good restaurants and coffee shops. some of the biggest Yeti coolers in the world. Like this one. There are also places to buy gifts for you, your friends, or your family. We wandered into a fun shop that had so many different options of Chicago gifts. Art, shirts, buttons,
Wicker Park.
stickers. You name it, and chances are good that there's a product you need that is designed to represent the Windy City. This was yet another store where everyone was really friendly. Chicago may be the third largest city in the country, yet so much of it has an extremely friendly Midwestern feel. No wonder everyone likes to visit this place. And when it's time to head back to O'Hare, you just jump onto the Blue Line and it'll take you straight there.
This is O'Hare, as far as this train goes.
The airport is the final stop on this route when heading out of town. Now, getting back to the Cubs. If you couldn't make it to Wrigley Field, depending on what terminal you're in, there's always the Cubs Sports Bar and Grill. We dropped in here for a drink before our flight. There's plenty of team paraphernalia to admire all around the restaurant. They have tables adorned with current and former logos, an homage to the Cub greats over the years, and other great decor to admire. Just seat yourself and relax before takeoff. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe as I'll be adding more travel videos shortly.